What's up, everybody? Welcome back to episode 4 of Cinema F. This is your man, Pat on the Can.
I'm still Kyle.
And who are you?
Thanks for asking. Who's that girl? It's me, Nicole, here on the podcast.
Woo! Yeah, we got our first guest. Her name's Nicole. Pretty awesome. How's everybody week?
Well, first I just want to say, we had some pretty riveting content. Pat didn't record it.
Yeah, I fucked up. I gotta break it down to y'all. So I haven't slept for almost 24 hours. I had like a nap maybe in between because I've been editing and and Adobe's been crashing on me. I love you, Adobe, though, y'all. Like I said before, but you didn't hear it. I fucked up. Y'all software is fucking dope. Your customer service is great too. It was just a rough time. You know how that shit happens. If you're an editor, you understand how that shit happens. So yeah. Back to you. Who want to talk about their week first? They want.
Go ahead, Nicole.
Okay.
Let's talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. Is that what
Okay. Good, bad, ugly, all of us. Yeah.
Well, Pat, you would be the ugly, so you should go last.
Your mom thinks I'm fly.
Mama?
Ladies first.
Anywho, yeah. So before I was making this, this is American Sign Language
gang
for
sign.
American Sign Language for I agree. When Pat was saying I haven't gotten a lot of sleep, and I have been getting some sleep, but it's pretty bad in general. Mm-hmm. My sleeping habits, it's horrible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, popping that melatonin and still doesn't do.
You
the
can't
trick.
sleep. I got some medicine that will knock you out because I have insomnia.
Yeah,
so.
It's like, but then when I take like if I take Advil PM, like I'll take that sometimes if I have headache or like my body aches in other ways. I'll take that, but then I'll wake up and I'm like, fuck. Like it's 6 a.m. I gotta get up.
Are you drowsy when you wake up?
Yes, and then it makes like the whole rest of my day horrible. And like I'm in education, and like you can't be like half-assing it. Yeah, exactly. So that's where I'm at.
I can't take melatonin. I can't take it. When I take it, you ever had those dreams within a
dream?
It
gives you the fucking weirdest
take
dreams.
Them shit. I wake up like the fuck, and I'm all sweating bullets and shit. Like,
yes.
So I can't fuck with it. But I have medicine for insomnia, and I realized that I need to get a new sleep mask because I also have sleep apnea. So my mask is kind of like, it's fucked up on the side, like the strap, because like I got a lot of hair, so it's stretched out. But
how does the mask work? Like, what does it cover? What is it?
So you put it on, like, it's like on the top of your head, and it wraps around the bottom, and then it has the straps that go on.
Real fucking intense.
He looks like the guy from Mad Max when he wears that.
Yeah. That movie was tough. It was dope.
The new one with Tom Hardy?
I liked it.
I thought it was garbage.
Let me finish my sentence. We'll go to that in a minute.
Snap.
So yeah, but there's straps on it, and it has like the little magnet that connects to the mask itself. So the magnet broke. I welded it together and fixed it, but the strap broke too. So now it comes off my sleep.
That's very scary.
It's annoying because, like I said, I take insomnia medicine, but the medicine makes me sleepwalk. And one time I turned my oven on, the other time I'm walking halfway up the stairs, and a cold breeze from the door hit me, and I'm like, why am I upstairs with the keys and everything? So I can't fuck with it.
Oh jeez.
And bipolar medicine, shit happens. Life is great.
Medicine.
Life is but a dream. Speaking of life and dreams, what's up, man?
Oh, it's my turn?
It's your turn. Here you go.
Baldy.
Had a very...
So shiny.
I've just been molested.
Oh no!
I'm sorry.
No means no.
May I touch your
Too
head?
late. It's over.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I meant like, yeah, that was inappropriate.
Oh.
She did it again.
You said I could touch
No
your head.
No.
Yes also means no.
What? That's confusing. You're going to jail now.
But it's been a rough week.
Okay.
And I'm sitting here second guessing whether or not I should talk about it, but I've wanted to talk about it.
Don't be a bitch. Talk about it.
So I'll talk about it.
Also, keep your job.
Keep your job.
Oh no, I won't. No, I won't do it.
All jokes aside, yeah.
But no, I mean, the last week for work has been rough. You know, it's end of the year paperwork and SGOs and
it is end of the year, huh?
Stuff like that. So it's been a lot of paperwork and a lot of stuff like that, and a lot of kids coming and going, and I'm getting new students and stuff like that. So there's been a lot of change and a lot of paperwork and stuff like that. So that's been stressful. And then just some other stuff. We talked about the dishwasher like the last 4 weeks.
Right.
And
the saga of the dishwasher.
Yes, it hasn't ended.
Chronicles.
It hasn't ended yet.
They delivered
this dishwasher.
Okay.
And it doesn't look like it did in the picture. So where in the picture it had sides, like the tub was fully enclosed.
Okay.
It's not in real life.
Bitches.
Because what it's supposed to be installed under the counter between like cabinets or other appliances, so all the top and both sides are covered. Theoretically.
That's what happened with me with my green screen. I hate that shit when you look at a picture, you're like, oh, because in the picture, it's the green screen, but a fucking stand that you just click it on and you put it down. So when I got it in the mail, it's the fucking green screen with clips. I'm like, where's the stand at? They're like, oh no, the stand doesn't come with it. You have to order it on the side. I'm like, you didn't show that shit in the picture. It's a stand and a green screen. But I digress. Go on.
And so what happened was the dishwasher we have, the one that is broken, it apparently was like a movable one where you could like put it in one location, move it over, hook it up to the faucet, and turn it on.
That's dope.
We don't really want that because we also don't have a faucet that it would be compatible with.
Oh, okay.
Because it has like the thing that you pull down and it sprays. Wouldn't be compatible, so that's no good anyway. But they basically rigged the old one to attach to the water line to work properly, but they don't sell them that way now. This is from the 1970s. The one that we just got, I called a friend of ours. All he does is flip houses. That's his job. He flips houses for a living.
You ever see that show?
And what?
When they flip houses on the show, it's pretty cool.
Move that bus. Is that what they say, right?
I don't know.
Oh, what's that called? With that guy?
I don't know. It's like,
you know
hey,
exactly what I'm talking
I know
about.
you're talking about. I can't.
House.
Like I said, lack of sleep.
He was like the most basic white guy.
Very.
There's a lot of those, though.
Like he looked like he should have been like the
Hard to
Bachelor or
point
something.
out.
But
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, what was the name? What was the name of that?
I know there was flip a house.
Carter?
And
White
then
guy that flips house.
There was another one that did the when he used to go around and pick up like antique stuff. That show was pretty cool.
Oh,
Antique Roadshow?
Is that what it is? Is that what
wait,
it's called?
Antique Roadshow is like the brothers that are like, yo, you got this like thing signed by a white guy from 1700. Let me call my friend about that.
No, I don't know what that is.
No?
I don't think that's it.
That's a show, though. I'm not making
But I don't
it
think
up.
that's Antique Roadshow.
It's definitely Antique Roadshow. I am not making this up.
It's a real show. I don't know what's going on.
But
Sure guess.
I'm gonna Google it.
Don't Google one. What is that?
what are you doing? That's unprofessional.
Unprofessional.
I'm being
Sorry,
real.
we thought
Speak
we
your
were
truth,
we thought we were
bitches.
very specific about what she couldn't do on here,
You
and she
never
didn't
said
listen.
I couldn't Google to fact check. Fact checking is so important.
That's what we have Carter for. He's the
Yeah,
fact
he's the
checker.
fact checker.
Fact check.
Yeah. Oh wait.
What's
Speaking
Antique
of that,
Roadshow?
tell them what you remember when you saying when you text me about what it was last week with the.
With the
So if you've watched episode 3, we talked about a student of mine that like gets really close and can't really figure out how to give people space, and I couldn't for the life of me think of the term, and today it hit me. It's spatial awareness.
Spatial awareness.
I was just thinking that in
He
my
has
head. I'm
no
like,
spatial
he has
awareness.
no spatial awareness.
Oh, so like we said it then, I didn't remember. I just completely forgot about it until I rewatched the video today.
You should have
It's
had
spatial
someone
awareness.
like me that
As I was
works
editing
with
A
these
nerd.
kids.
as I was editing, I was just like, what is that called? I know what he's talking about, but I couldn't think of it.
Spatial awareness. So you haven't seen episode 3 yet because it doesn't post. It
I also
hasn't
don't
posted
see
yet.
it. I hear it.
So
But to
while
each
we're
their own.
while we're filming, it hasn't posted yet. But when this comes out, it'll have posted already. But he just walks around and like he'll walk up to you and just like put his head on you, and you're like, that's not okay.
Maybe he needs that affection.
And actually, he has a new thing where he walks up, lifts his shirt up, and rubs his belly right next to you.
Does he have abs? Or is it
He
just
rubs
straight
his
keg?
own
No,
belly.
he's like kind of a chub.
So no six pack, just straight keg?
I mean, he's not fat
Or is
by
it
any
muscle?
means.
He's a
Which is
kid,
fat
though.
muscle.
Yeah.
He's just like a 13-year-old kid that hasn't developed muscles really.
Oh, okay. All right. Fair.
Yeah, he's like kind of in.
13-year-olds. They're great.
Remember those years?
What
You had
13-year-olds
energy?
do you know?
I have worked in education for a
No,
long
I know some
time.
cool 13-year-olds.
You know some cool 13-year-olds?
I mean,
I know
realistically,
cool
not everybody
10-year-old.
is cool.
It's my niece. She's pretty awesome.
That's biased.
Yeah.
Like
Autism,
I know a
maybe.
I
lot
said
of
what I said.
I know a lot of
Autism.
30-year-olds. I know a lot of 30-year-olds, and not all of them are cool.
Nah.
Like Carter, cool. And then you have Pat.
I thought you were going to say me. I am not 30
She's
yet.
like 18.
I'm looking for a new
years old.
co-host. Anybody
I'm
else want to get on
12.
here with me? This guy's
Although
a dick.
a student did say that I looked like I was 40, and I was like,
Oh, shit.
No, somebody at the liquor store, the security guard at the liquor store, thought I was 42 years old.
so specific.
That's very young for you. I thought I was going 65.
Your mother.
Mama! Not 42 for real?
Does your mom watch this?
Not yet. But when she does, I'm
You
gonna...
need to make
Not
her watch
yet.
this.
I mean, my mom watches like my TikToks and shit, so this is nowhere near my TikToks.
My mom did not like this, and my grandmother did not like
Your mom
this.
didn't like it either?
No.
Why? Why?
Rude.
I know your grandma didn't like it. 'Cause
Mama
you cuss.
Bang.
Well, my mom didn't, or my grandmother didn't like it because I cursed. And she's like, "You don't curse." And I was like, "I curse
Does she
all
not
the
know her
time."
grandson?
And I realized I actually opened our text feed the other day, and I had written out a whole message like I did to you the other day, and put like, "I curse all the time, just not in front of you all the time." And I just never sent it. I don't know why I didn't send it. I must have just forgotten.
No,
or whatever.
I did that with a customer. I feel bad because she was like, she wants me to do her wedding, and we've been going back and forth, but she got real busy, and then I got busy, and she texted me. She was like, "I'm so sorry, I never responded." I wrote a message. I never sent it. She sent me that Monday. I was like, "Oh shit!"
And
I
that's
hate
called
that.
mental illness, my friends. When
Yeah.
it takes 5 days to comprehend a text message.
Illness,
sometimes.
baby.
So I texted Corey
Uh,
on May 18th. That's his birthday. So that was 2 days ago. I texted him. I actually woke up in the middle of the night, like 1:30, and I texted him. Because we always try to be the first person to text each other. He's up late, so he'll text me at like 12:01. I'm not up that late. I just happened to wake up and texted him. I get a text back today.
he said, "Wait, May what?"
2 days ago, May 18th. Today is the 20th.
It would be like that.
And he texted me back today and said thank you.
I'll give it to you. You text back fast. Like, you're good. Carter,
I try.
Carter's good too.
It's kind of like
Carter's funny though,
overwhelming.
like, because if we're like it's me, him, and Steve, we're in a group chat, and me and Steve be on some bullshit. So Carter will look at it, but he won't respond. But if it's like something serious, he'll respond. Or he thinks it's funny, he'll respond.
I've actually gotten to the point where
Carter,
I don't
do you
love
have an
texting
opinion?
anymore.
He's not gonna talk. Everything's fine over there.
I told her that was one of the rules, get Carter to talk.
That's the goal. I swear, one of these episodes, he's either gonna laugh or talk.
But I told you, once he starts laughing, nobody's going to care about what you have to say. They're just
Yeah,
gonna
it's
focus
over.
on
We're
Carter's
gonna,
laugh.
we're gonna.
You're not supposed to move when you're filming.
Yes.
I can do
yeah, for
whatever
those
the
for those who had to
fuck.
edit the
She doesn't
video,
understand the rules.
for those who edit the video,
Just laugh.
laugh. It's okay, man. You're on a podcast. They can't see you laugh, but they can hear you. You can get us more views, please. Laugh,
100% you would get us more views.
please. Little chuckle.
I got a really good joke. Ready? Why was 6 afraid of 7?
Because 7, 8, 9.
Damn it!
You're gonna have to make it
She
over.
still hasn't knocked it over.
It's close, but she got it. Wait, so you never? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I didn't finish my story.
Rewind.
But anyway, basically, they can't install the dishwasher. I called the company and was like, hey, you didn't send me the right dishwasher. Please take it back and send me the right one. And they're like, we could do that, but we're going to charge you a restocking fee. I was like, it wasn't my fault. So I finally I got them to agree yesterday that they'll take it back. They will set the whole thing up to send us a new one. And they will waive the restocking fee as a one-time courtesy. Which annoyed me that they worded it that way, like they hadn't done something wrong.
Man, PNC be saying that shit to me on a regular basis. Oh, you got an overdraft fee, one-time courtesy. I did it like 8 times already. I don't tell them that shit.
Right.
I'm like, oh, you never did it before.
Now you have.
Fuck, what you gonna do? Huh?
Speak your truth.
And then class started this week. I'm started my summer classes. I hate school. I hate going to school.
Oh,
What are you
for
going
you're going to school?
for?
I'm going to school to officially obtain my special ed certification.
Okay.
Oh,
So like it's temporary now. It's like it's legitimate and I can teach and stuff.
It's like a
It's alternate route.
yeah, but it's called like a provisional. Like,
Yeah, I have a provisional
Yeah,
license.
my dad did that, the alternate route.
Yeah.
Because the regular route was on some shit.
And I hate
It's crazy.
I hate school.
You gotta love when you're too dumb to even do alternate route. Me. That's fun. They're like, you suck so hard, you can't even do that. You're gonna just have to pay more to do the route again.
Yo, school is the okay. Nah, I don't give a fuck. School's a joke. Like, you pay all this fucking money for a possibility of a job. Why don't you just go gamble? Like, you have a better outcome.
Yeah.
Like, I went to school for multimedia.
Also, degrees don't mean anything.
It-
What they're
yo,
called
they don't.
mean nothing.
That's what I was gonna say. Real shit. I went to school for multimedia. I've been trying to get a job in my field. Everybody's like, you don't have enough experience. You have enough experience. I'm like, bro, I went to college and I had a lot of experience with that in my personal life. So I said, fuck it. And that's how
It's like
No
they
Man
don't
Studio
even-
became a thing. Like, I do my
Yeah.
own business. I don't got. You're not gonna sit there and tell me I can't work in my shit. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Well, you said it doesn't really matter what it says on your degree
It's who you know.
because you can do basically whatever you want with whatever degree.
Right,
Like-
and it's all about who you know. Also, that helps.
I didn't get a degree in education. I got a
I
degree.
thought you did.
I got a degree in English.
English, right,
Y'all
right.
were- Roommates, you didn't
Yeah.
know that?
We
We
were
actually were
roommates.
never roommates.
No,
Oh.
we were supposed to, but one dick bag moved out and didn't
Dick
want to.
bags.
No, because he was an asshole.
What is that
for
dick
this one.
bag's name? Call him out.
It's like
Carter, tell us.
Even Carter wants.
I'm not gonna call him out. He's just really gross. We'll just say that.
He shall
Was
not
he
be
Jason
named.
Gross?
I don't know.
Baltimore.
He might have been. Yeah, he was.
Oh, that's an actual person.
Shout out to Sir Gross. If you watch this video, you know what it was.
You suck.
This mother. First off, let me tell you some shit real quick. This motherfucker. The first day I met him, he was like, "Oh, I'm trying to learn how to cook like you people." I'm like, "You people from the South? Like, what are you talking about?" Dude was just like,
You people from
no, like it was annoying, like because he was me and Carter's roommate, and it's like he never been around black people in his life, so he will always say awkward, stupid shit.
What did he say about that character in the video game that one time?
I'm not saying that. I can't. We're not doing that here, dog. Like, long story short, it was something very racist, and I told him flat out, if he fixes his face to say this word ever again, I will break his face. Told him that flat out. He tried me. I said, I swear, I will break your face. I have no remorse, and I don't care. So he never said it again. Y'all can guess what the word was. With boobs in it too.
Yes.
Specifically titties, is what he said. But no, I'm not doing it. Go ahead.
So he happened to get the spot. It was Carter and Pat and Sean. All the people I wanted to live with. And he happened to get that spot somehow, and I don't really know how.
I don't either.
I don't know how. Because there's no way he asked for it.
No. But he said he thought that me and Carter was going to be like his pops and raise him up.
But
the fuck I look like?
But I talked to like the RD, and she was like, you need to talk to him if you want to take his spot in the room.
Right.
And I knocked on the door, and I was like, hey, like, I really want to room with these three guys, and
They're my friends. You're
Like,
a rando.
and I was like, would you be willing to like switch rooms with me? And he's like, no. He moved out a week later.
A week later. Like,
And it was just past the deadline where it was too late. I couldn't move in. Like, he just moved
But
in.
it was an empty spot.
He moved in.
This is the problem with systems.
He moved in with his nasty behind
He told Carter
girlfriend.
that he looks like Shaq. Look at him. Yo, can you please put your hand in the camera real quick, please?
Well.
Please.
Well, you are
No.
black.
What kind of race is like? By the way, guys, he's kind of stupid. Actually, fucking cancel this motherfucker. No, I'm playing. But
I mean, realistically, Carter is black, but I don't mean that.
But he look nothing like Shaq.
No.
First off, Carter
No.
has hair. Second off, Shaq's like a refrigerator. He's like 7, what? How tall is Shaq?
Like 7'2".
Now I'm just
7'2".
looking at
He's
Carter
6
like,
even.
does he?
He looks nothing like Shaq. He would just say stupid shit, and he was a backseat gamer. You know what that is?
Who?
A backseat gamer. Do you know what
Shaq
that is?
is.
No. Sir Gross a lot is a backseat gamer.
Oh.
Let me
I don't know
explain
what
to
that
you.
means.
So you know how you have a backseat driver when you're driving, you're like,
Yeah,
oh,
I
go
get
left
that.
and right. I'm playing Sonic. This motherfucker's like, you didn't get the coins over there. I was like, Jason, please get out my face.
Literally, anytime
It's Sonic.
I
You
play,
run and pick up coins.
You run and pick up coins, and then
Anybody-
you lose them shits because you hit spikes. That's life.
Anybody play Mario Kart?
Yes.
Okay.
I wreck you people in Mario Kart.
Yeah, okay. Put your money. I
don't
got the switch
at
right
me.
there. How much money you want to put up?
Do the kids still say that? Don't at me? Because don't at me about that.
I don't know.
I've beaten you and Dave every time
I'm
I
not
played
around
you.
kids. Who you use?
How often have we played? And we played on your stupid...
That's how you found out. Who you
Fucking-
use?
Who do I use?
Yeah.
Link.
Okay.
Link, that's stupid.
Don't count. So now-
Yeah, you have like, what is it?
No, that's cool.
With the blue and red controllers, what's that called? The
Switch.
Switch.
The Switch, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck that. You need like
You have a Switch?
N64.
I have a Switch.
That's what
I
you
have
playing?
the PS5 and I have the Xbox. I have all the new ones. And I have
But
the-
not, I mean, for Mario Kart.
Yeah.
Switch.
You
Yeah,
need
Switch.
Nintendo 64.
They have 64 games on there, but I agree with the classic. Absolutely. I'm not.
Yeah,
down
yeah.
there.
Well, 64 is better, but
N64. Play the shrooms.
I'm very good at
This
Mario
motherfucker
Kart.
said play the shrooms.
I don't do drugs. I don't advocate for drugs, but play the shrooms and cards.
Like, honestly, so there's two things that I promise I
I'm
can
gonna
beat my
edit in
kids
here.
in.
She does drugs.
I really don't.
She does not advocate
I
for the drugs.
I really
I'm
wish
edit.
I did some. Maybe, I don't know. Does it help people? Maybe it does.
Hey man, look, to each his
To
own. You
each,
know?
preach to each their own.
Whatever
yes.
gets you through your day. As long as you're not addicted to hurting people.
Kyle didn't get that. He doesn't get a high five.
I don't want one.
You don't want a high five?
Again, I'm being assaulted.
Hey man, you got a case. It's all on camera.
I'm making
Nicole
a case
is
right now.
canceled.
Just call me Johnny Depp.
Oh no! She shit on you?
I did not.
You shit the bed, homie.
No. Please don't. Do not compare me to her.
Come on, we fucking with you. No,
That makes me so sad if I
yo,
ever
real
was
shit.
actually
If I was
compared.
her, as soon as you said I shit in the bed, I would say, Your Honor, he's right. I don't want to be here anymore. Ain't nothing else you can talk about. You shit in my bed, bro. I don't give a fuck if I'm the worst person. You shit in my fucking bed and then blamed it on a dog.
I saw
Dog turds and human turds, two different things.
I saw a headline today. It was Johnny Depp with his arm around his lawyer.
Yeah.
and it was like, it made me cringe. It was like, is Johnny Depp courting like a member of his legal team?
Let me tell you
like
something.
Courting,
Yeah.
like
Let me tell you
as
something
a
I learned
joke,
about media.
because they're in court.
And let me tell you something I learned about media in school. That's their job to just fuck shit up.
No, I know.
It's annoying though. It's like
find a new job.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm not. Especially with like, it's bad for kids because kids will see like Photoshop pictures of women and stuff like that and think, oh,
The whole point is to get people to
It's
click.
bad
That's
for
it.
society as a whole because the
yeah.
kids are getting it. They're so influenced by it, and then that becomes like their whole existence, and then it's just endless cycle, and you can't end it until someone finally just says, "Fuck this shit, stop it." But no one
not many
does
people
it.
who do that. There's not many people who go against the.
I think like the society's getting better because we're seeing a lot more like movies and shows that kind of like call that shit out, I think. But it's still not going to reverse completely what the media still does, like what is a popular practice in the media. But it's definitely changing in a better direction. But
Especially when it comes to mental health. And especially when it comes to mental health in men. That's dope. Finally. Shit. Fuck.
Well, she had mentioned, like I said earlier, that she didn't realize like all the shit I was going through.
Right.
Because I
Well,
never
by the
say
way,
it.
sidebar. We always talk about movies and we crack jokes, but we are about to have a serious conversation.
Better have a deep conversation. So,
Deep.
with all the...
Then you're going to plug yourself later on? That's the word
then I'm going to plug myself later.
Okay.
But all this stuff, like, kind of converged on... I guess it was yesterday, Thursday morning, and I was walking into work, and I, like, got to, like... My room is right by the stairwell, and... There's a third floor, but it's not a third floor. It goes to the roof, and like I thought about like going up to the roof and like jumping the fuck off.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And it got to the point like I knew I wasn't going to do it,
But it was hard to
but
fight
like,
the urge.
but yes. And then like I remember sitting in a meeting and like I was like seconds away from like logging out of the Zoom meeting because I was about to break down on camera.
Dog. First off, what you gotta understand is we all love you. Like, we always fuck with each other, but you know you're my brother. We all love you, just like, you know. It's hard. Like, it's hard. It's like, I've been, like I said the last episode, where, like, prior I was gonna crash my car. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
it's
when
like,
you said that, like...
that was real shit, yo. Like, I've been, yeah.
I feel that a lot. There's many times when I drive and I'm like, it would be so much easier if I'm like,
It was...
that's a tree there.
I remember the
Let's
first
just
time
do
it
that.
happened, like, it was... Not, matter of fact, you go first. I'm sorry.
But no, like it was that, and like probably last July, I had like a similar feeling.
So
I was driving to work. I mean, I had these feelings when I was in high school, and stuff like that, and then it kind of went away for a while. Like I didn't really have that urge until last year, and it's just like everything's just building on everything.
Is it the stress of work or just life in general?
It's everything. Like I feel like nothing went right this week.
Okay.
And at one point I was just kind of like, screw it. Like I don't want to do any of this right now. None
And
of
there's
it.
definitely some type of like deeper root to that. Cause like I feel like that a lot. Like I feel like my childhood, I like went through it and I'm like, oh, everything's fine. And then like I got to high school, college, now, and everything's just like piling up, and like it's in your brain, and that's part of what keeps me up a lot at night is like I'm overthinking like every possible thing that ever happened in my life and all the relationships I have, not romantic relationships, but just like people relationships, like with your parents, with your friends, with your coworkers, whoever, and you just overthink them, and I just think like, why?
Why?
What can I do better?
Right, you feel like you're not enough. It's not enough.
It's not enough, yeah.
I hear you. I like I gotta get out of this apartment, real shit, because there was a lot of stuff that went on in here. Like me and my ex arguing, her cutting herself, and all that stuff. So it's like I see that. You know what I mean? I look at a certain area of the house, and I visualize and see everything that happened, and it's like, come to find out, you know, she did that shit on some attention type stuff, unfortunately. But it was more like the argument we got in. The last thing I told her was, I'm not in love with you no more. So it was like, if that actually happened, you know what I mean? Like, I would have felt like shit. But it's like, I live here by myself, and there's so much Like even in a certain like in my room, like I sleep on a certain side of my bed. I don't sleep on the whole side. It's just I don't know. It sucks, but I understand that feeling, and it's like I'm going to therapy for it.
That's trauma. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I have a lot.
And it seems like a little thing, but it's not a little thing. It's something that's embedded in your brain. Like
I can't stop seeing it.
There's psychology, there's science that explains that. Like, you're not crazy, you're not invalid, your feelings are valid, those things are valid. And, I mean, it's hard as the person experiencing them to think, like, yeah, this is totally normal, because it doesn't seem normal. It's not normal, quote unquote, to the neurotypical eye, but to those that experience those things.
However, I did find myself this time thinking of previous times when I've thought like this and have like talked myself out of like, hey, this has happened before and you didn't do it and it was okay afterwards. And I think it's like the first time that I'm actually like I'm able to talk it out in my head.
Because you got the rational and irrational thoughts.
Yeah.
And you have it's good self-reflection too. You're learning from all of your experiences. And
That's like
this is like my therapy essentially.
And I'm glad I remember before we did this, we were talking about it at your house, but we were just, drinking and chopping it up and everything. And we were just like, yo, we should have a podcast for people who can come on and talk about like their feelings and mental health and everything. And it's like, because we like in general in society, it's like mental health is becoming the new thing now.
Yeah, it is.
Like people feel like people in Hollywood are like, oh, they're stars, they got money. Yeah, that shit don't matter. You can have as much money in the world, but if you're not mentally sound, like it doesn't matter. Robin Williams is the best example. Like he was always making everybody else laugh, and then he died. He killed himself. You know what I mean? It's like it's sad. And then it's like a lot of comedians are actually really sad. Like Kevin Hart made this called "Laugh at My Pain."
Yeah.
And then what's his name? D-Ray. I don't know if you guys know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
Well, he just was on a podcast and he was talking about when he was 11, he got molested. He said he had 2 grown women forcing him to go down on him, and he was like, "That's why I don't do it now." And he said a joking about it, and everybody laughed. And I'm like, he's serious.
Right.
But you use laughter as a defense mechanism. That's how a lot of us do that. It's like, let's laugh at this shit. Like my therapist just told me, she was like, "You gotta stop doing that." I literally laughed in her face when she said that to me, because it's like
it's like a way of us trying to like make it more normal too. Like, oh, if we laugh about it, that's like more a neurotypical way of responding to something.
It's because real shit. Who wants to cry?
Yeah,
it's good for you. It's great for you. But who wants to cry? Nobody does.
Even as like you say a lot. Even like as a male, and I validate that like mental health for men is very difficult to talk about. But like even as a female, if you cry, if you have emotions, it's she whack, she crazy. She's like why is she's having unstable. Those feelings? Yeah, she's unstable, and then like that automatically makes us like an invalid person.
Right.
So
and it's like if you're a man, man up, don't be a bitch. Why you crying?
Yeah, it's like no one can have feelings.
The fuck, like that shit just make me so mad because I know people who who have that thought process and then they raise their kids to think the same way. Yeah, and it's like, do you not see the curse?
And then it becomes generational.
Yeah, it's a generational curse.
It's science. It's science.
Yeah, and it's
you're
like,
putting your kids through that.
And it's like, I'm not a parent. I have godkids, I have nieces and nephews, but it's just like, you really don't see the damage. And then it's like, the sad part is like, you don't, because that's the norm for you. You get what I'm saying? If you grow up in a chaotic environment, that's normal to you. Like, you don't look at it any different because it's normal. Until you start getting out in the world, like, oh shit, this person wasn't here for weeks. That's not normal? Or, like, you know what I mean? It's like a lot of shit that happens, you're just like, that's not normal. And you start developing and thinking, like, and it's just sad how a lot of us go through shit, you get traumatized or manipulated as a child, and you go through it so often that as an adult, you don't know how to function. Yeah. A lot of us don't know how to function. Right. Because, especially, like, I'm sorry, in general, but I'm saying especially with men, we were not taught how to emote as a kid. Yeah. You're a man. Your job is to provide. This, like, you know what I mean? The woman has emotions. So it's like we build that shit up. Like you say, you feel like jumping up because you were never taught that it's okay to expect
there's no proper teaching for either any people to emote correctly. Because for women, it's like, just emote as much as you want. Be crazy. That's fine. That's totally acceptable. But you're just going to be crazy. And for men, it's like, don't do that. Right. But it's like, no, like everybody just healthily have emotions. Right. But nobody's telling us that, and we're learning it ourselves. It's crazy.
Yeah, let's take a little break.
Take a little break. And
And
we'll
Oh
come
yeah,
back to
fun
it.
time to take a break.
Stay tuned.
Welcome back
Going.
to Cinema Ave, episode 4.
4, part 2.
Motherfucker, you told me to introduce ourselves again.
Who's that girl? It's
That's
me.
Kyle. He's still him.
It's about
Cat on
me.
the cam. She's his girl,
Fuck
apparently.
these guys.
Wow.
Just
This is
kidding. I'm
this
just
is
quoting
a
New
mess.
Girl.
This is a mess.
This is the mess episode. But now, if you
Next
guys,
week, I'm
It's
filming
not
by
a mess.
myself.
It's beautiful.
if you guys are just tuning in, we usually talk about movies and mental health and everything in between. But today we're just focusing on mental health because it's very important. So
Also, it's Mental Health Awareness Month.
it sure is.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Mm-hmm.
You suck.
Don't ever do that again.
Yeah, that. You ain't getting like touched all night.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And not even the good parts.
Cheeks.
The
I like
good-
you, Steph.
Steph, that was for you.
Guys, just
Steph, I love you.
The
That's
film-
important to remember.
Nah, guys, it's an inside joke. Steph doesn't like the word cheeks for some reason.
It's not the word
we
cheeks.
brought it up.
It's the
We
way
brought it
you
up.
use the word cheeks.
Oh, in case you guys don't know, I use cheeks.
Carter,
for
tell us
sexual
your
things.
opinion.
So if I'm like, yo, I'm
No.
about to go get some cheeks, it means I'm going to have sex or intercourse, depending on how you want to say it. Who says intercourse?
Coitus.
Coitus is a funny ass word. I got a funny story about
Oh,
coitus.
just real fast, where we're going in Lancaster tomorrow,
Jeez.
there is actually a town adjacent to it named Intercourse.
Are you going to go in it?
Yes, we are. I feel like I've used the word adjacent every
You
podcast.
have. You were talking about Tom River adjacent to a beach? You were snapping about Tom
Tom's
River.
River is not beach adjacent.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's
Oh,
beach
I
town
love
adjacent.
that episode. I have so many opinions about
She's a
Tom's
fan.
River.
She's a fan. Let's go.
That's why she's here, not because we invited her. She forced her way in.
No. I was invited. I would not be up
Your
at
own
1 a.m. on my own accord if it wasn't for being invited.
I don't sleep, so this is.
I didn't want to divulge too far into the Tom's River debate, but
No, do it.
I
Do it.
agreed with.
You agree with me?
I agree with your statement.
I've never been to Tom River.
As someone who's from Howell, New Jersey, who people
Where the fuck is that at?
Where-
Close to Tom's River.
close to Tom. Well,
Y'all be making up places.
no,
Near-
okay.
near Lakewood,
Wait,
Cold
pause,
Snack area.
You ever heard of
pause.
Sigleyville? Glassboro? Those are normal places to be. No?
Shut up. We get. Hey, respect our guests.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Ladies first.
Thank you. Okay, so
not a
Howell, Howell is in Monmouth County. All of
Oh, okay. I know what that is.
the places that you're talking about are all in Burlington County.
Well, we're in Gloucester. He's
Oh,
in Burlington.
No.
okay. Similar-ish area. They're basically the same.
No,
Anyway, Monmouth County is in
Mo-
central New Jersey, which, like, I'm gonna get that
That's not a
debate
thing.
started.
Central New Jersey is a thing.
No,
it's
it's
a thing.
not.
100%.
Pause.
Name 5 places.
A woman is taking the space right now. Let me finish
Florence.
That don't
talking.
mean you're right.
Florence, Bordentown, Roebling.
That's one North Jersey.
That's Central Jersey.
Anyway,
It's a bend in the
Monmouth County, Howell is there. It's real.
It's like the show, the
Tom's
Foster Kids.
River, Ocean
doesn't-
County is adjacent to Monmouth County. Kyle's taking down notes.
No, I know. I'll just say I know Monmouth County. I heard
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I've never been, but I know what you're talking
So, as someone from Monmouth County who is right near Ocean County, where Tom's River is a hot mess express. If you get out of Tom's River, good for you. You're out of there.
You're welcome, Steph.
You know what's funny?
And
When,
Steph is
Jeez.
killing it.
You know what's funny though? Like when we went to school up north, nobody knew anything around South Jersey. I was like, yeah, I'm from Glassboro. They was like, what
Nobody
the fuck
knows
is
what
that?
that is.
I was like, you know, Rowan College. They were like, where do you live? Like, are you in Camden? And I was like, about 15 minutes away. They was like, oh, you live in the hood. I was like, I mean, yeah, sure. That's how
Yeah.
you want to view it, whatever. It's like if you go to school in North Jersey, you need to say you're from Camden or Philly. That's all they know. Or Atlantic City. There's nothing in between for some reason.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, they're like, oh, it's just cows and stuff. And I'm like, you guys are ruthless. And then, me and Carter left his house. It's a fucking farm. There's a royal farm, so that's funny too. But there's a farm near his house. And I was like, wow, this is kind of
New Jersey's like the weirdest fucking state.
You
There's
got the-
everything.
New
Yeah.
Jersey is so tiny.
Industrial area versus cows and shit. Like, what?
New Jersey is
And then
so
prostitutes in
tiny,
it,
but like has
That's
so
good.
many different areas.
But that's why people enjoy Jersey, because you're.
saying-
and
I'm
that's
sorry,
why
say that
they pay the
People
high
enjoy Jersey.
taxes.
Did you say Jersey or Joycey?
I did not say Jersey.
It's not like you said Joycey. I just
I
want to make
promise.
sure.
Ooh,
Well,
I had
we're gonna find
a
out when
fourth
you edit.
grade teacher
Yeah.
that says New Jersey.
Well, she's an idiot.
We don't.
It was a man. Wow, sexist.
I just assumed because it was stupid, it was a female.
Oh shit!
Even worse.
Canceled.
I
Hey
don't.
yo! I got no parts of that.
I
Women are
don't
awesome.
mean that at all. I don't mean that.
Telling
At
your
all.
wife.
Kyle
bro.
means it. He's a sexist.
I don't mean that even a little
Dumb
bit.
hoe.
Nah, he's joking.
For
I'm gonna put that shit in the edit.
Wait.
Put an arrow at you. He is
Someone
so
look
serious.
at Carter's face. Say something.
Carter won't talk.
just
I
for,
just need you to say something, baby.
just for comedy. That's why I said
Say
it. I don't mean it.
something. I'm giving up on you.
Comedy's not always real.
Say something. I'll give you
I didn't know what the other words
I say
are,
Pat's
but
dumb and he's
Carter,
ugly.
please
I don't mean that
talk
shit.
Now.
Yeah, I have a degree. I'm smart. I read books.
Oh, I have a
don't
degree.
read
I
books.
read books, but I
I read
That's-
Facebook every day. I go on Facebook every day. That's a book, bro.
That's a
it's a
book.
digital book. Nah, Facebook is funny as
There's
shit.
an episode of The Office where Jim puts book on his face and he goes by book face. But they actually cut that scene. It's so annoying.
Nah, reading is fundamental. Fundamental. I couldn't get it out.
Did you say reading was fentanyl?
I said,
Learn your CBAs.
Leave me alone. I always say this. I was elected
Reading
to
is
lead,
drugs.
not to read. You ever see those drug commercials back in the day where they're like, "Oh, you smoke weed," and there's always some weird shit like, "Oh, this guy in the corner is gonna give you like weed or whatever." I don't know anybody who smoke weed
Right.
who just hand that shit over.
Yeah,
You're
people-
gonna find edibles in your Halloween candy. I have not gotten any in my fucking candy, and I'm mad as shit. Who like? There's no pothead who just goes. "Oh,
You
I
have
smoke
to
weed."
know, like, you have to know a person who knows a person who knows a person.
Let me break it down to you. No pothead is giving out free weed.
Right. People are like, say no to drugs. Who's offering?
Who's offering? And then at first it's like I wasn't there.
There's
so
no
I was
one
like,
there to say yes or no to.
No one ever in 31 years has offered me drugs.
No,
You admit you're 31.
I'm 34.
I've never denied it.
Yeah, you know. you're not.
Sometimes you deny.
How old are you, if you don't mind me asking? 22.
12.
Got it.
27. But I did.
You're 27?
Really?
Yes.
I thought you were
I'll-
25.
I'll be. Yeah. Well, maybe I was 25 in a past life 2 years ago when I was 25.
That's how
I don't
time
think it was a
works.
past life. I feel like it was your life in a couple of years ago.
Yes, yes. But I felt like a very different person at 25.
Of course, absolutely.
TBH.
Time out. I'm completely afraid of being canceled. I didn't mean that woman joke.
Nah, first off, it's a joke. Everything on here we just fucking around, we joke with. All right, like nobody hates women or men.
We totally just paused everything
Just like when
to
I
go
always-
back and
I'm
like
just
when
saying,
I
I'm trying to save
save
face
the
right
white
now.
man.
Just like when I
here.
tell you guys, like, fucking do what you gotta do. I don't care. Like,
Catch
no,
the
I'm
whoa.
serious. Do the.
Hey, maybe people will write mean stuff now.
Go ahead, write mean tweets. Like, say how you feel. Now, real shit, like, constructive criticism is great. It's great for everybody.
Honestly,
Constructive criticism.
I don't care if somebody tells me I'm a bald ass bitch. I don't care.
I'm a
What
bald
about a
ass
bald-headed
bitch.
whisker bitch? Is that better?
Bitch.
Somebody at the liquor store told me I look like a white chocolate milk dud.
A what? A white chocolate milk.
Oh shit! This is gonna be so bad when I edit this. Oh no! I can't stop. No, I can't say it. Oh, just looking at.
Oh man,
Ooh.
it's hot in here.
Carter,
fucking
laugh.
hot.
It's funny. It's funny.
Oh, my
I think
God.
we're all delirious at this point.
I haven't slept.
We're saying things we don't mean.
We mean them.
Somebody told me it's called the sleepy ha-has when you're like you're really tired and you
Yeah.
don't sleep. I was what the fuck is that? But you know what they said when you're like exhausted and you don't sleep, it's worse than being drunk. That's what they say.
Well, yeah, we're not drunk. We're just really
No, this
tired.
is straight juice. Like I'm just chilling.
Sipping on
I'm
gin.
exhausted as fuck.
That actually kind of looks like some watered down Baja Blast.
I was thinking the same
Yo.
thing. Yo, Baja
Wait,
Blast. You know you
memory-
can buy that from ShopRite?
Memory unlocked
Yeah.
about Baja Blast.
Yo,
I used to
what
work
key
at.
do you use to unlock
No,
it?
Is we at Taco Bell?
I used to
I
work
went to
at Taco Bell.
Me too. When?
Back in the day in Monmouth County, Central Jersey.
Mother-
I gotta sneeze.
But I worked there as one of my off-season jobs.
That was a sneeze?
Bless your life.
I tried so hard to hold it in.
That was adorable. Don't hold it in. You gotta let it out.
Dave hates my sneezing.
He
yells
like
at-
Pikachu. Pikachu.
I didn't want to blow up the microphone.
Yeah.
That was very nice of you. If I sneeze, it'd be like,
Next time I'm
chew.
just gonna sneeze in your direction.
Do it. Give me the
That's
COVIDs.
how you get a charge.
I'm gonna reference The Office again. There's an episode where
This guy.
where Dwight says they talked about like coughing into your arm, like the Dracula cough or whatever, and he's like that's ridiculous. Stop coddling your bodies. He was like, it would be more beneficial if we had desanitizing stations full of feces and spit. And they're like, by that, like, we should be sneezing on you and coughing on you. He's like, I would welcome it. And then there's just a montage of people like sneezing on him, coughing on his toast.
Ew. Now, yo, COVID was horrible. Pandemic horrible, still horrible. But the one thing that
what was horrible?
COVID.
I think you said Cartman.
Like, don't distract my authority, Cartman.
Yes.
He's horrible too. No, I'm saying like the only good thing that came out of COVID was personal fucking space. I hate when I'm swiping my card.
Spatial
Somebody
awareness.
like next to me and shit. I'm like, move the fuck away from me. Why are you so close? Now everybody's doing it again. I'm like, COVID is still large, right? Everybody's just like, but COVID's weird as shit because it's like you have it but don't know. You have no symptoms. You're like, oh.
Yeah.
You got a fever? No. Got a headache? No. Can you breathe funny? No. You got COVID.
Right. Yeah.
How? Like, explain that. Go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to get real for a quick moment about
this whole
COVID.
conversation about getting real.
We're sidestepping.
What?
We're taking a step to the side and talking about.
Oh, sidestepping. I thought you said besides Steph. I was like, what does Steph do anything? Cheeks!
Shout out Steph!
You should, I wish you could see the disappointment on Carter's face right now.
Look at it!
Carter hates Pat right now.
Reel it in.
Carter hates Pat on a
Reel
regular basis.
Oh, seriousness.
Reel it in.
Sorry, go ahead.
COVID.
Yeah.
A lesson, because I was thinking about this as I was coming here today. I was like, oh, something that COVID really taught me is that there is a problem in the world that, like, there's many systemic problems in education and other things that weren't addressed before, and COVID really brought them out. And so I feel like
Absolutely.
COVID was important for that reason. And I just want to say that. So,
No, like, it's funny how, like, when I was working at Comcast, it was a privilege to work at home originally. They were like, you have to hit these metrics. Which, by the way, so that y'all know behind the scenes, if you call into Comcast and you get a person, don't cuss him out. It's not his fault y'all shit not working. Side note. Anyway, but there's certain metrics you have to hit every month. And they're like, when you hit these metrics, then if you want to work from home, you are eligible to. All of a sudden, COVID happened. Hey, you want to work from home? No. Too bad. So it was like, this whole time, I could have been working from home, but before it was a privilege.
Nope.
It's insane.
I mean, it's the same with, like, students in schools. Like, there are kids that do well working at home. They work at their own pace better. And then we also learn that there are kids that, like, they severely need, like, these different aids.
I feel like school, as much as it is about education, it's also social interaction. I feel like sending a kid home to sit in front of a computer is not good. It's what they get with video games and YouTube and everything else. They can experience that.
It depends. It depends on the kid.
Of
like
school.
Because I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off, but my niece and nephew are homeschooled, and I know a couple people who are homeschooled, and I feel like people who are homeschooled have a better advantage than people who aren't actually in school. You want to know why? Because when you're homeschooled, your job is to do your homework. You're taught. You know when you get to college, it's like, here's a syllabus. That's when you're taught to, like, hey, focus on your shit. When you're homeschooled, you already had that. You have a schedule already set up and everything.
Depends
and no distractions either, because it's just you and, your shit. Go, I'm sorry.
No, you're right. And I wanted to just add and say that I think it really depends on the personality of an individual, because there are some kids who will benefit more from social interaction, that neurotypical interaction and whatever. I use air quotes for the listeners, not the viewers.
You mean the viewers, not the listeners?
Yeah, other way around. The listeners can't see your air quotes.
Well, you knew what I meant.
I know, I got you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, everyone's a different learner, and some people thrived in at-home instruction because they were able to work at their own pace.
Right.
And others didn't.
No, we had students that went from straight A students to barely passing because, I mean, you had some students that were not... English wasn't their first language, and they got a lot of support in the building that they just couldn't get at home. And then you had some students that were, like C, B students, which is great. They're passing, and they're doing very well. Carter's so stupid.
Laugh, Carter, laugh! Say something!
If you're going to say something dumb like that, laugh.
The laugh is in there. The
Oh,
laugh
I'm taking
is
the
in there.
board away. Taking the board away. Privileges are revoked.
First off, I didn't even realize he grabbed the board.
No, he went out of his way to get up and grab it. To write bees?
I look over, this motherfucker got a board. I'm like, where did he get the board from? I forgot I had
Give me
that
something to
already.
throw at him. Let's throw Nicole at him.
Now we'll fuck around and knock over the microphone.
But then we also had kids, like I said, that were B
Look at
and
that
C
motherfucker.
students.
Where did he get the board from?
You really tried to bring it back. I'm
tried so
sorry.
hard.
I'm sorry. Because, like, you know how cartoon characters, they pull out random shit? I did not realize he had the board in his hand. And I've been looking at this
It's like he
motherfucker the
ripped,
whole
like he
night.
pulled a mallet out.
Yeah, it's like...
It's
was
like,
like,
when the anvil
bees?
comes out.
This motherfucker wrote bees. Why? Guys, bees is an inside joke. I'm not explaining.
I have
This is fucking
never
funny.
gotten out of my seat for the podcast.
You about to do it? No. He needs the board. He needs the board. You're standing in front of the camera. Yo, this episode is gonna be fucking hilarious. It's like we're talking about serious things, and then all of a sudden we're talking about funny stuff.
Such a bad fear.
No, I'm good. Luckily, I have great reflexes. But there's a lot of moisture in a certain area. Moist is the funny word.
Your
I don't have one of those. I came equipped with other things that you... I don't know, you do. I don't know you have one, but, you know.
Oh, you'd like to know.
I don't. Stranger danger! This guy is...
I don't trust anything he's doing
Who,
now.
Carter? This guy don't... I don't want to laugh because I'm professional. He back there telling jokes and shit. No. Fuck it. Don't erase it. You already said bees.
Bees?
You bastard. You freaking freak. You already said bees.
Friggin' freak.
Oh,
I
man.
somehow feel like this episode is a mess.
Yeah, episode 4 is
A
just
beautiful mess.
unfortunate for people who have to watch it.
What's the only thing that's different?
Yeah.
Wow.
When she's not here, we're all great.
We're fine. Very professional.
No,
Nah, I'm kidding. I'm glad you're here. This is dope.
Kyle didn't say it, so I don't believe it.
Nah, real shit, guys. We are all mentally and physically exhausted. It's been a rough week. So,
It's been one of the longest weeks in recent memory.
and although we're talking about serious things, we're also trying to like lighten the mood a little bit. That's what we do.
If you like me a lot and you want to hear more from me, request for me to come back another time.
Do it.
If you
And we
like,
would deny the
if
fuck
you
out of her.
if you like us and you care about our mental health, you won't do that.
Nah, she fish minded.
All right, so I'm just gonna segui into something new.
Did you say sagui? What the fuck does that mean? Are you making up words? Are you good over
It's
there?
how segue is spelled.
Sagui?
Yes,
Yeah, but don't be a fucking
segue.
Ah!
Segui,
dumbass.
right?
Say
Yeah, it's a good
segue.
But I had a conversation with my kids last week about
Well, they're
how
kids
Wait,
and they're
so-
stupid.
No, they.
Damn! You're... Nope. I'm not touching that subject.
She meant that.
Yeah, she...
I meant
Double down.
don't at me,
Double
bro.
down.
Don't
Remember
at
double down.
me.
Do you remember the double down sandwich from KFC?
Yes! That shit was delicious.
Oh,
I mean, it stopped your heart from moving, but it was great.
oh my god.
No, you ever had the Baconator?
I
From
love a
Wendy's?
Baconator.
Dog, the first time I had a Baconator, they was like, you want a single or triple? I said, I ain't no bitch. Give me the triple. Dog, I ate that shit. I mean, Wendy's like...
I have a friend, Arnold. You met Arnold.
Probably.
You met Arnold.
I
He's got the
I mean-
handlebar mustache.
Yes.
Oh,
Now
do
you
I
talking
not
about-
like him?
I mean, what if he watches this?
Man, fuck it. Don't be real, man.
No, honestly, I feel like most.
Speak your truth.
Is that what you
I
should
mean,
say?
honestly,
I haven't been looking
I
at your
like-
shirt,
Well,
'cause
regardless, I really
Wait,
don't care.
Tend not to
quick
look at
plug.
that.
Anyway,
Quick plug. For who?
plug yourself.
For myself.
Wait. Hold on. Are we getting... Is that a sponsor?
No.
Is that
Yes.
your own business?
Yes.
This
It's our
show
sponsoring
is
us.
sponsored by another podcast that
doesn't
doesn't
exist.
exist yet, and it will, and it's not
Yo,
that
Carter's
popular,
face is
but
priceless.
speak your truth.
Nah, yo, we support each other. Speak your truth. You know what I mean? That's what she got a podcast.
If we support each other, we let me finish my sentences.
I said,
You
quick,
said a lot.
go on.
I feel like this is the least I've talked in all the podcasts.
It's because a woman's
Next
here.
time, please bite her hand action.
Sorry, go ahead.
I don't remember what I was saying now. Oh, so
Oh,
Your
you bitched
friend
about it.
with their
The handlebar
mustache
yeah.
that I don't like.
So Arnold one time, we went to Wendy's. He was like, "Do you have a quadruple baconator?" They were like, "No, but we can make one." He got a quadruple baconator and he ate it before I sat down.
Ooh, his heart shirt.
It was a pool of grease.
Nah, I just thought about
Ew.
me and Carter went to
Beef?
was it Wendy's or Burger King? Which one was it? Do you remember?
What did you order?
Something that had awesome sauce on it. I don't remember
Probably
what it was.
Burger King.
Burger King or Wendy's? Wendy's.
It was Wendy's?
So Carter was like, yeah, let me get awesome sauce or
Carter,
whatever.
tell us with your words.
This lady was like, awesome sauce. Carter was like, nah, you're doing too much. I said, hey, yo. Carter be shutting shit. I call him Fire Marshal Carter because Carter shuts shit down on a regular basis. And that's the funniest thing. We were in college one time. We went to Taco Bell. You remember when they had not the full Taco Bell, but the mini Taco Bell?
Inside NGIT.
Yeah. So Carter's ordering, or I'm ordering food, and she asks Carter, "Are you ready?" He goes, "I am not." And she's like, "Okay." I said, "Damn, dog, you good?" Game designers, am I right?
Remember we did Fat Business?
Carter, do you disagree?
We gotta do it again.
No,
We got tacos from Taco Bell, went to Subway,
And put it
them
on a
the
pizza.
sandwich.
Nah, you remember the first Fat Business?
Tacos on the pizza.
No, the first
was
one was
first,
Flat Daniels.
It was
Flat Daniels. Let me explain to you what Flat Daniels is.
Yeah.
So, in college, if you went to school, you're broke. Most college students have no money. I
agree.
So, my boy Tom Wilson, his phrase is always, do it up. That's what he always says. We look at the cabinet, it's Jack Daniels pancake mix. And all I heard was, what would Tom do? It up. So, I make these pancakes and I put Jack Daniels in it. So,
In lieu of water or in
it
addition to
Just
water?
extra in addition to.
in addition to. So, we're all sitting there eating these
But
pancakes.
that probably would have been better.
Well, water?
In lieu of water.
In lieu of water. I like how you phrased that. That was nice. So,
Fancy words.
fancy. Oh, you fancy, huh? Nah, so
Fancy, huh?
we're all sitting there eating these pancakes, and Carter is like, these pancakes are good, and that's all he says. So I'm looking at him like, yo, you good?
Carter doesn't agree. If you
and-
disagree, say something now.
So Tom is like, my
That's
face.
not saying something.
Tom is like, my face is all fire. It's exactly how he says it, because I put a lot of Jack in that. I put Jack in the syrup too. So
Didn't Flood chug the syrup?
yes, and he got fucked up. Funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. So our boy Tarek, he put it on his pancakes. And he's trying to, like, to lessen the Jack Daniels. And I'm like, fun fact.
Was that the split the pole night?
Was it? Was it the? No,
No,
that
it
was
was
the
a different
second
night.
time, right? Or the third time.
We'll get back to
We
it.
did 3 Jack Daniels now. We got to do it again. But nah, our friend Tarek, I don't know if y'all know the rule, or you know the rule. Don't split the pole. It's a curse. You split the pole.
Yeah, so if we're all walking down the street and the first person walks to the left of the pole, everybody else has to
you gotta walk
walk
to the left.
of
If you walk to the right, you split the pole. Bad things are gonna happen. in
Whoever
your life.
splits it is
And this has been
I
proven fact.
vaguely
This has been proven
know
fact.
that.
Our friend Omar lost his wallet and his hat because he split the pole. Tarek,
Speaking of losing wallets, no, just kidding.
Derek
That's
had
another
a-
episode.
no, that's keys. But
The keys. Oh, similar.
And I didn't lose them. Pat stole them.
the first time you lost them.
You
But
lost,
the
Well, I don't care.
more
lost.
importantly, you stole them.
and they were stolen.
You know what? Next time I hope you drop the keys. And I ain't gonna pick them up. I'm gonna look at them, take a picture of them, and send it to you. Like, oh, by the way, your keys is over
That's
there.
still on you.
How's it on me? How, Sway?
That's like if you watch.
Ow!
That's like if you watch somebody get
Carter,
murdered,
you need to
Nah, bro.
mediate this.
and you're like, "Oh, saw it
With your
happen."
words.
Sounds like
Not my
sounds
fault.
like an issue, not an ish me. No, but
Oh, what's the name of the main character in Moby Dick? It's in the first line, but not really.
do I look at
Do you know what it is? What's it? Just say it. Just say it.
It's not Geppetto. It's what's his name?
It's not Geppetto. That's Pinocchio.
Pinocchio.
But I'm about to tell you you're wrong. Go ahead. No, Captain Ahab is the main character, but
Oh wait. What's the question?
Is it
what is the main character? No,
what
not
it is.
Ahab is an important character, but who's the main character in Moby Dick?
The dick.
Moby Dick.
The dick.
the ocean, the sea.
So
Ishmael.
The first line is "Call me Ishmael," which means that's not his actual name. He wants you to call him that.
What's his
You
name?
never learn his name.
There's this game that me and Carter play.
Unknown.
There's this game that me and Carter play. It's called Unmetal.
Knowledge.
Unmetal. And in the game, this guy is in jail, and he's explaining to the cops how he got out of jail. So he goes, "I used a rope or whatever." They're like, "Where'd you get the rope from?" He goes, "I'll tell you later." He never explains to you how he got out of jail with
I
the
feel
rope.
like I've heard of this before.
So you heard of Metal Gear Solid? Unmetal
Yeah.
is like a parody game of look
Oh,
at it.
okay.
But it's freaking fun and freaking hilarious. He never explains. Do you play games?
Have you heard of Twisted Metal?
No.
You ever Crash Bandicoot?
I've Crash Bandicoot Racing on my Switch.
I know.
Big game.
Sly
It's not as good as Mario
Cooper.
Okay,
That's not the
that's
same.
fair.
What is it?
Is that the same Sly Cooper?
Sly Cooper, not the same.
I've definitely heard of that, but I don't
Good
really
game.
know what that is.
He's a what is it, raccoon, right?
Yeah.
He's a
Yes,
raccoon,
he's got a. Does he have a mask on?
Yeah.
With
I-
a turtle friend
Yeah.
and a rhino.
I miss old school video games. They were so dope.
So I
We're
actually
just having this conversation today.
I bought Donkey, or I didn't buy it. I asked for it for Christmas. Donkey Kong Art
Country?
No, the freeze.
The
one.
Arctic one is the second one. I think
The one that's on the Switch.
Yeah.
Because somebody, Dave Richmond, told me that it was exactly the same as Donkey Kong 64. So I was like, let me.
The lies he told.
I was like, let me get some of that because I love that game. Because I had the green Nintendo 64 that came with that game.
Why don't you get the membership? It's like $3 a month.
For what?
All the old school Nintendo games you can play on there.
On Switch?
Yeah.
I don't play video games enough anymore. I just don't have a lot of time. Like that's part of the reason I'm so stressed is I just don't have time.
Yeah, I understand.
But, so, like, are there things you can get rid of to make time?
So yes.
What do you-
So
Go ahead. I'm sorry. No, go ahead. Answer your question first, not to ask.
so I told the liquor store that I need this. I need the summer off. That's not the right there.
But who is here?
English, bro. Yo, all right, yo. So Carter, this guy don't want to talk, but he back here with a freaking white chalkboard telling jokes and shit.
He's now a character in this show.
Carter's been a character. One day, I promise y'all, one day he's going to be on the show, and you'll know because his voice is different.
But you have to listen to every episode to find out.
It's like when you unlock a character in a video
Oh
game.
God, what's next?
No, go ahead. No.
Ah,
No, you freaking freak. What do you got?
Dun, dun, dun.
we good on
We'll
time?
never know.
Where we at? We good? All right. So let's go back into the conversations we were having.
Yeah. So I am giving some things up. I told the liquor store that I couldn't work there over the summer.
Okay.
I've extended hours for the summer
Are
job.
you working at that summer
I have a question
job
for
that
you, but I
worked
don't
at
know if
last
you want
year?
to.
Yeah. I'm gonna say what
abbreviate.
it is.
I'm gonna abbreviate because I don't know if you want to talk about it. The FT.
Oh yeah. So did I tell you about that?
You told me we were gonna talk about it here. I didn't know if
Yeah.
you wanted to, so I didn't want to.
No. I'll do it. So that was the other thing that I messaged Film Threat yesterday or 2 days ago, and I told him I needed to basically take a break.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't want to. I really enjoy writing for them, and
Is it teaching that's like stressing you out the most?
I mean that takes up the most amount of my time. I don't know if that's the thing stressing me out the most.
Bills.
It's
I
stressful.
think because
no,
of
it's
the
not
time
bills.
it takes up, it creates the most stress
Yeah,
inadvertently
that's
sometimes.
fair. It probably creates the most stress because I'm there for 8 hours.
It's the time and the mental and physical energy you put into it. And not to put words into your mouth. That's how I feel, and so I'm just curious if that's how you feel.
Yeah, no, but I'm there from a little before 7 till almost 3 o'clock, so I'm there almost 8 hours every day.
Right.
That takes up the biggest chunk of my day.
Right.
So that's the part of my day that I feel like I accomplished the least.
Is it because you're doing something you don't really love to do?
No, not necessarily.
Okay.
I mean, that's my job, and I do it, and we actually talked about this on the way here. Like, I will do the best job that I possibly can at 100% of the time.
I got a
It's
question.
hard to do the best job you can, though, when
wait.
you have an administration that doesn't support you.
Not even that. My whole thing is that personally, what I learned is a lot of the times everybody you clock in, you tolerate for 8 hours of your day, and then you clock out and go home. So what I'm asking you is, if you don't want to answer, you don't got to. I understand. Is it bothering you because it's not something you really want to do?
No, I feel like maybe I'm not. I feel like maybe I'm not helping people to the best of my ability.
Okay.
Like I feel like I want to remain in education.
Okay.
But I feel like there are other ways for me to reach students in a more profound and effective way.
It's
that
hard.
Do you feel like you're not able to do that because of like the rules and regulations you have to follow?
No,
for your job?
I just feel like maybe I'm not in the exact spot that I am meant to be in.
Oh, okay. Okay. I got you.
But
Like
I
I feel like I'm
admin
meant to help the
and
same
the way
kids.
the system works doesn't help your situation.
Maybe. I mean, in general,
Nah,
I feel like education needs to be switched up a little bit.
I honestly feel like, and I don't know what people believe, but I feel like if you're called here for a reason, like everybody's called here for Everybody's going.
You have 5 seconds.
Thank you.
And we're back. Episode 4 of Cinema Ave. Nicole is odd. Pat's funny looking. This is just...
No, who? Wait, no. She's odd, I'm funny looking. What are you?
Balls.
He's a dick. Oh, first off, I'm gonna correct you, sir. You are not the boss.
No, I was told I was allowed to bring this in. You cut me off again.
I didn't know. I'm sorry.
You did bring it in.
This whole thing has just been one giant therapy session. We apologize to our fans, all 12 of you.
But we don't apologize because if you're dealing with mental
Let him
health
rule it
issues,
in. Let him rule it in. It's like he's going fishing and he got a fish and he's reeling it in. You just cut his line. The unbreakable tether over here. He's just cutting the line. I'm sorry. Go ahead, buddy.
don't apologize for your mental health.
All right. I'm not sorry, but if you're expecting, normal conversation, then I don't know what's going on.
Well, don't expect that.
Not in this episode. You would have known already. But
let's be real with you. Mental health. We kind of do that thing when you laugh at serious scenarios. You ever heard of something that kind of gotta laugh at the funeral? That's us. We laugh at serious shit, and we gotta. But it's okay. It's okay.
We're just coping with a lot of the shit that we've been dealing with over the past couple of
Facts.
weeks.
So we talked about a lot of movies in the other episode. This is a fun episode.
Well, we talked about movies in this. And
yeah.
stuff too. I'm about to spoil Doctor Strange for Nicole, though.
Why?
At the end, there's this thing called credits. Just in case you didn't know. Just in case you didn't know, some of these characters in the movie have powers.
Damn.
Spoiler!
Doctor Strange is the main character.
He's the main character in the movie.
What?
He also has a gray hair on the side.
I did see.
I think he was an actual doctor, though, too, right?
Oh, maybe he was.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
No,
I did see the end credits scene of Spider-Man No Way Home.
Have you not seen that movie?
I have seen that movie, and I've seen the. Yes, I saw with you, unfortunately. No, just kidding. Buddy, pal, amigo.
You invited yourself.
I did.
Get out of here! What's that song? Remember Steve Wilkos when he was like, get off my stage!
Yeah, right? He invited the weirdest people
Yeah.
and then expected them to be normal for an hour.
I was watching the episode today on Facebook, and I was like, this is fucking hilarious.
It's like, this guy has slept with 12 women in the last 3 hours.
You think that's okay? You are stupid!
How is
Get off
that
my
even
stage!
physically possible?
Wait, what was... You said how many? 3 hours?
Is that
You know what? I'm not gonna go that route. Let's go.
Pat slept with the same woman 12 times in 3 hours.
Oh, the same woman.
It was a 12.
Separate women.
You're-
That's a lot of work.
The worst. Can I talk about that?
I don't give a fuck, man.
We
Go
were in
ahead.
Atlantic City. He was with a person.
An ex.
Yeah, I won't say who it was, but it was like maybe their first time hooking up, and they did it in the bathroom in the Atlantic City hotel room with a bunch of us in sleeping. And every time he finished, he ran. He was like, "I did it again!"
Oh my God.
Okay, to be fair,
That must hurt after 12 times.
I was very intoxicated. But what makes this story even funnier, it was a friend. I have not seen him since that day. So there was a 2-part bathroom, right? We had the little sliding door or whatever.
Yeah, the toilet was cut off from the shower and the sink.
So
that's nice.
We're doing our thing, and
some privacy.
when we get done doing our thing,
Privacy.
he had one in the bathroom prior to that. So I thought, he left the bathroom or whatever. So we get done doing our thing. I'm like, did he ever leave the bathroom? He goes, no, I'm still here. This is 6 times later.
That's
He was
creepy.
stuck in there.
Look,
just
man.
listening.
Red Bull and gin.
How was he stuck,
Aphrodisiac.
though?
Well, because he didn't want to open the sliding door and have to walk past them.
Yeah, there's certain things he probably didn't want to see.
They were on the part that separated the toilet and the living room.
Oh, that's rude of you.
Oh, man, listen, I didn't know he was in there.
Pat has no couth.
I don't.
No spatial awareness.
There was awareness. This was just
That wasn't even funny.
Look, I thought it was funny. That's all that matters to me. I'm one of them people who laugh at my own jokes. And
I
if you don't
laugh.
laugh, I
This
don't.
is dumb.
I laughed. You're laughing.
There's no fucks given.
I'm laughing at
If
how
you're
dumb
watching the
Pat is.
video, you can see the
Look
laughing.
at his face. He's smiling. He looks so angry.
Well, maybe
Why
not right
so
this
serious?
We're going to talk about that next week.
Next week.
Which one?
The most recent Joker with Joaquin Phoenix.
When did that
Joaquin.
come out? That was
27.
20?
Not
No,
17.
No, 20.
yeah, it's
18
not
or
super
19.
recent.
18 or 19. Can you do a quick search on that?
Fact check.
You know what's really funny?
Oh,
You
yeah,
asked
that's
Carter.
funny.
You asked Carter to do a lot of things, and I realized when I'm editing these episodes, he has not done one.
He hasn't done any of them, but he has written bees on the whiteboard.
On the whiteboard, there's bees. So, just in case you guys don't know, Carter, he has the whiteboard and he gives us, heads up, hey, there's time or whatever we need to take a break.
Laugh, Carter, laugh.
Today, he's on some rare shenanigans. He's a 6-foot troll. I didn't know they come in
He
that
doesn't
size.
usually do this.
This motherfucker back there telling jokes and shit. We're trying to be serious.
Carter's usually pretty even-keeled and reserved.
Not today.
A nice person.
I don't want to laugh on
Not
camera.
today, bitch.
I don't want to laugh on camera. I'm colder. This guy, look at it. I don't care. Look at your face. Oh, okay. Now you want to get back to the messages?
Carter woke
This
up.
episode is brought to you by
Shenanigans.
Carter. Laugh now.
Carter.
He
the
is
troll.
laughing.
He's just trying to hold it in.
Laugh louder now.
I think if you laugh, you ever see, you know how in the movie, oh, never mind. I can't say that because she didn't see it.
And what? Oh,
Doctor
Doctor
Strange.
Strange.
Nothing. I thought I want to spoil for you. That's it. I hate spoilers. I hate it. Like, that makes me want to
But since we're talking about MC real fast,
Okay.
have you seen the preview for
She-Hulk?
She-Hulk?
Yeah.
Have you seen the preview for She-Hulk?
Yeah,
She-Hulk?
briefly, yeah.
Have you seen the CGI issue that everybody's talking about? It looks very fake. Very, very. Which is weird. At this point, it's common knowledge that Mark Ruffalo is reprising his role as Hulk.
Right.
He looks exactly the same as he does in Endgame.
Right.
It's very well done CGI, but literally sitting next to him is Tatiana Maslany's She-Hulk, and she looks terrible.
Speaking of CGI, you heard about the Chip and Dale movie that just came out?
I did, and they're gonna have ugly Sonic.
It just came out.
Oh, it's
The,
out?
I didn't watch
the
it yet.
Rescuers
Oh, it's out?
or something?
It came out,
But why are these
Yes,
characters in it?
I don't know.
I don't know why either.
I'm excited to watch it.
But,
I have no clue.
but I know that they have like ugly Sonic that
Yeah.
they were like bullied into fixing. A whole production company.
First off, Sonic in general, they were bullied into fixing. You remember when it first came out, he looked like a fucking crazy gremlin?
But it's that version that's in Chippendale.
Oh, God. I didn't know he was in there. But
Yeah, it's that version that's in Chippendale.
No. That's the one thing about our fans that I love. It's like, hey, we're coming up with a Sonic movie. Yeah, fix that shit.
Honestly, so that's what I thought of originally was a Sonic movie when the She-Hulk trailer came out. I'm hoping Marvel is like maybe bigger than anything right now, but I'm hoping that we could bully them into fixing the CGI.
I mean, honestly,
Maybe, probably.
with Star Wars, just from what I've heard about the Reddits and whatnot, is that, like, with the Obi-Wan series coming out, like, basically fans wish that into happening. Like,
Oh,
so
absolutely,
fans
yeah.
have a lot of voice. So if you're a fan of something, go express your opinions about things because they will listen. Like, you are the paying people. Like,
You're the
Obi-Wan would not exist without
but
fans
I also
of
feel like
Star Wars.
Lucasfilm has been like
George Lucas
on
is a
thin
genius.
ice for a little while
That man's a genius.
with the sequel series
But
and
they've been
Solo.
doing better.
Did you see the documentary on George Lucas?
No, I did not.
It's you'll love it. It's
Is
something
it on Disney Plus or?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
about how he
It's
had
on
to deal
my
with
list.
Mattel.
I haven't seen it, but
I'm
I know
not-
what
you
you're
know,
talking
I'm not-
about.
I'm not gonna ruin it for
It's
you.
on my list of
But
things
he's
to
the
watch.
fucking boss. The movie he made, chess, checkmate, smart as shit. Like I don't want to spoil.
But
it for you.
I feel like Marvel and Lucasfilm right now are separate in the sense that Marvel is so well established. They have a fan base that doesn't typically question what they've done and accepts most of what's been done as very good cinema,
Right.
even though maybe the mainstream doesn't view it that way.
Right.
Whereas Star Wars, Lucasfilm fans, people who were fans since the 70s and the 80s, they've looked at the sequels and Solo and been like, this is not as good
Why
as what
only
we'd
Solo?
expect.
You didn't mention Rogue One.
No, because Rogue One has been viewed as phenomenal.
It was
Some
good.
people have been saying that it's one of the maybe the
It's
best.
also hard to fuck up Rogue One because it's like this is a story that already like exists in
Sure.
the universe.
Also, to be very clear, I think that Solo is a very good film.
I loved Solo.
I have a question.
I love Childish Gambino. What's
Donald
his-
Glover.
Donald
He's
Glover's.
a good actor. There's a show called
performance.
Atlanta. I don't know if
Yeah.
you've seen it or not.
I haven't yet. I do want to see
He
it.
was in
I
Lion
loved
King,
him.
too.
I loved him in
Yeah,
Community.
he's good. He's
I don't
That
know.
was a good
The
show.
Beetle was the main character in that movie.
he's
man.
very good
The
with.
Beetle.
He's honestly very good with voices.
He's good in general. He's a great singer. He's funny as
He
shit.
is. He's very very talented. But the voices are what gets me because like Redbone sounds like he did auto tune. That's just him. the whole time. He's very high pitched, falsetto the whole time, and it's very unlike the rest of his music. He's incredibly talented.
Yeah.
He has a lot of range.
Yes. And not just range vocally, range in all of
Yes.
This is America. Did you watch that video?
Yes.
Killed it. Yo, you know, I don't know if
This
you
is
guys
America by who?
By Childish
Childish
Gambino.
Gambino.
But I made a comment when that first came out. You have to listen to the music with the video. The video by itself means nothing. The song by itself means nothing. It has to be together.
You know what? Because we're talking about mental health. You gotta listen to Kendrick Lamar. His last album he just came up with. That album is
That just dropped last Friday.
Last Friday.
I think.
dope. I have so many people who keep telling me
listened.
it might make you cry, real shit. Like,
Yeah.
I have so many people like, yo, did you listen to the album? I'm like, no. They was like, yo, it's gonna make you cry. And I was like, I gotta do it on a day when I'm just chilling, cleaning. I was like, right now I got editing and too much stuff to do. But I heard some of it. And I was like, whoo, God. I think it's his last album though. I think he's retiring after this.
Okay. Do you guys know
It
who
has been
NBA
like
YoungBoy is?
5
Yes.
years.
You know-
I
you know
haven't
who
listened to his
NBA
music.
YoungBoy is?
I haven't listened to his music.
NBA.
NBA
YoungBoy.
stands for Never Broke Again.
No, I've never heard of it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I questioned it a couple years ago. I was like, that's
NBA?
a dumb name. And they're like, stands for Never Broke Again. But anyway, he releases music like almost once a month, regularly. And it's a lot of repeat. It's kind of the same theme over and over again. It's like very modern rap. It's like a lot of mumble rap and bitches and money and stuff like that. And it's not like,
Sorry,
but
go
it's like lacking content,
Right,
essentially.
right.
Not that it's bad, because there are some songs of his that I like. But I had a conversation with one of my students who loves NBA YoungBoy.
I don't think I ever heard his music.
There's one song I really like. It's called Diamond Tooth Samurai, and I just really like the beat. It's very upbeat, and I think it's a very cool song. But in general, I feel like his songs, like I said, lack content. But a student of mine, and I feel like this is just a very weird way of thinking. I feel like 99 out of 100 people would disagree with this. He said that if you're dead, then NBA YoungBoy is better than you. So, like, NBA YoungBoy is better than Tupac.
Nope.
Like, there's no way.
No.
NBA YoungBoy is better than Biggie. No.
See, okay, before you say anything,
Yeah.
there's always a constant conversation about Tupac and Biggie, who's better. I feel like you can't really say who's
feel like
better
they're-
than who.
they're
There's two different rappers.
There's different sides of the same coin.
Like I don't know if I said it in the episode. I was talking to somebody about it, but I'm like, if someone was like, yo, Tupac, Biggie, on the street, never met each other, who gonna win? Biggie, hands down. He's a battle rapper.
I was gonna say, if I had to pick one to listen to, it would be Biggie.
Right, battle rapper. He's a battle rapper, but Tupac is versatile in his lyrics.
Yes.
He does more poetry or whatever, so it's like you really can't compare the two.
Yes, he taps into a lot of stuff that I feel like modern hip hop doesn't.
Modern hip, like, I'm not coming at any rapper nowadays.
And I would even say modern music in general.
It's different. Like, back in the day, you could listen to rap, you can listen to Lupe Fiasco, Talib Kweli, and all of them, and you would have a story being told about either growing up in New York or a situation you've been through. Nowadays, it's just like, it's mumble rap. You know what I mean? That's why, like, Kendrick Lamar, with his new album, it's like, oh shit, it's a story.
But this is another one where he says,
But do
like,
we listen to Tyler?
Tyler
The
Creator.
Creator, I heard he was great.
I've never really gotten into him.
You ever listen to Nipsey Hussle?
A little bit.
Yeah, Nipsey got some.
But, like, he was another one with the kids, like, well, Nipsey Hussle can't be as good as NBA YoungBoy because he's dead. He's like, well, NBA YoungBoy can continue to release things. That doesn't make him better. I was like, it's quality over quantity.
Yeah.
I also feel like, so I
Yeah,
wanted
think
to
makes
make a
sense.
comment about the point of like they're dead, so therefore like they can't be better. But I think it's more of a comment on like that was their time and that's it. Like yes, you can release things after you're dead. David Bowie's done it. Like a lot of other very
Sure, you can
prominent
release things
artists.
posthumously.
Because a lot of
Things-
artists have a lot of things they already wrote.
Right. But I think that what the comment that NBA
YoungBoy.
okay, yeah, may be trying to say is like we're talking about now. Like people are so like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so nostalgic for the 90s. I'm so nostalgic for whatever." But it's like don't be so obsessed with that like it's done. Like
I look at it like this. Every genre, every era, you know how when we were kids, we listen to music, our parents like, what the fuck is this? It's not our time anymore. It's the younger generation. That's what music remakes movies. They're not for us. It's for them.
Exactly.
So it's like it's a whole different genre. Like my little cousins listen to certain things, and I'm like, the fuck is this? Like
but
this is not Illmatic Nas.
who
You know
they
what I
are.
mean? Like yeah. So it's like I understand that, but it's just a lot of. I can't say a lot of. Some people nowadays are like, for example, somebody was like, hey, Lil Nas X, or they said Missy Elliott is trying to steal from Lil Nas X, and I'm like.
You got it backwards.
You got it backwards, bro. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, know your history.
That's just not knowing your history.
That's what I'm saying. Like, don't be ignorant in the music. Know your history. You're gonna be a rapper. You need to know your history. Like,
because if you talked to Lil Nas X himself, like they would say
sure.
like,
I have a friend who does.
This is like what I do.
He would label her an inspiration.
Yeah.
Oh, Missy Elliott was Missy Elliott was. There's no one compared. Like she had her own vibe, own energy, own style. Like Missy Elliott brought a lot to the game.
Yeah, there's people from every genre that like if you're not,
we'll never get another Michael Jackson.
If you're not talking about them in relation to your inspiration, you're lying.
Right.
Like if you're not talking about Tupac, you're not talking about Big, you're not talking about Missy Elliott, you're a liar.
NWA.
If you're not talking about Elvis, if you're not talking about the Beatles, if you're not talking about the Beach Boys, you're lying.
Right. You got to know your history before you be like, oh, these guys suck. No, know your history. Just like in boxing. Floyd Mayweather is a great boxer, but if you're not talking about Ali or Tyson or anybody else, you don't know boxing.
Right.
So it's like you got to know where you came from to know where you're at now.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a problem with a lot of...
And to know where you're going.
But it's like, yeah, if also at the same time, you know, we're older than teenagers. When you're a teenager, you don't know shit. You don't know shit. And I'm not coming at I'm not saying not smart, but we all been teenagers. Everybody swear, oh, I'm 18, I live my life. You don't know shit until you're about, I would say 28, 29, and your 30s is when you start to realize, shit. Like, I know when I graduated high school, I was like, yeah, I'm the shit. And then it hit me. I'm like, what the fuck am I going to do with the rest of my life?
I think teenagers know a lot, but they don't know how to use that information correctly yet.
I feel like when you're a teenager, from kindergarten to 12th grade, a lot of things are set up for you. Go to school, do this, do this.
I think you hit that 13, 14, 15, and you're just like a follower.
Yeah.
I feel like you have no choice but to be a follower.
Right.
Because at that point, you're just trying to survive.
Right. Like you have the jocks, the nerds, and all that shit. And I just feel like for me, if I had the mindset I have now as a teenager,
one of the conversations I had about the music, so we had mentioned we had a conversation in college about the N-word. And it was a conversation that I did not get involved in, but I told Carter, like, this is a conversation I could have now. And I had discussed it a little bit with my students. And one of them used the word, and I was like, I get you using the word, but considering its history, I would be uncomfortable using the word, regardless of who I was, because of where it came from.
So,
and one of the students said, but it's a great word. Like, these rap songs wouldn't be cool if the N-word wasn't in it.
Nah.
Like, it's a very strange way to look at it.
So, as far as the N-word goes, the N-word was, very negative. And as a culture, we try to take that word and flip it around and make it a positive word.
Absolutely.
But I feel like, in general, I personally don't like that word. And I know I've said it plenty of times, I don't like it because, and then it's like, I don't say it because I have a lot of multicultural friends. I can't be saying words around you, and then when you say it, be like, why the fuck would you say that? It's like, so I don't say it. I keep it out,
I feel like you get a group that is like you, where you're like, no, I don't want to use the word ever because of where it's come from. And then you have the other group, like you had mentioned, they want to own that word, and they want to make it theirs again and take control of it.
But what makes me mad, and I'm not saying everybody, but certain people tend to be like, let me get cool with you and let me see if I can say that N-word. If you respect me, why the fuck would you want to say that?
Yeah.
I'm not going to sit there and be like, oh, you white, let me just call you certain words. No, I don't. There's no. And somebody literally asked me that, so what do you guys call white people? I don't sit in my house to fucking think about negative things to say about somebody. For what? Like, and if it's like you really respect me, why would you assume it's okay?
Right.
Oh, I got the car because you my friend. No, fuck that.
And on a different level, but kind of in the same vein, like I can remember having a conversation with my grandparents when I was probably still in high school, like about the word bitch. Like girls be like, "What's up, bitch?" Like referring to their friends.
Yeah.
And it was acceptable, but if a guy ever used the word bitch, it was completely unacceptable. Again, that term was used negatively. As a female, I don't think I would ever want to use it.
Right. And I was thinking the same thing. And it's like, I have people who don't. I have friends, like my sister, she don't go around calling her, hey, bitch. Like,
and I'm not saying one way is wrong.
Do what you.
But I'm just saying that's the way I would feel about
like I said before, it's this thing called, cause and effect. Like, I was telling one of my friends, I was like, I don't feel like the N-word is just for one culture. Okay, that's how you feel, cool. You can say if you want to, but when somebody slaps the shit out you, don't get mad. Right. Cause and effect. Everybody's like, I got freedom of speech. You're right.
It's just like we talked about with the Chris Rock thing.
Yep.
Comedy, you can say whatever you want, but you have to accept the consequences.
You gotta exactly. And I be telling people that all the time. Like,
but you can't be white and say the N-word.
No.
No,
it's not the same.
Okay, just making that clear.
I mean, no, it's not the same that way. But in theory, you have the freedom to say it.
Yeah.
Like legally, nothing can be done about it.
But you're gonna get your ass whooped.
But you have to accept the fact that it's not okay for you to say it.
And there's a history to
yes.
it. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, and there's people like, oh, what if I say it like this or like that? You know, if you say fat, fatter, fast, faster, it's still the same shit.
Right.
That I don't understand it. It's like, yo, how about this? If I'm your friend and I'm black and you love me and respect me, don't try to find a way to say it in general.
Right.
You know what I mean? For me, I just don't understand.
It's not a term of endearment.
But
neither is bitch and
the same thing where I'm like, dick. Like,
you an asshole.
Like, I refer to you as a dick.
Right. And
I don't mean it negatively. I mean, like, we're close and we can talk that way to one another.
Right.
But I mean, I would imagine it's kind of the same as using, like, bitch.
Mm-hmm. But it's like, me and you, we're close and we respect each other. Certain
right.
days we won't say each other because we respect each other.
Right.
That's what it's about.
Yeah.
I just never understood, like, hey, it's like, what, you got a new membership to the gym so you feel like you can just say or do what you want? No, there's rules and regulations to this shit. Yeah. Don't say that shit. So I honestly, like, I ain't gonna hold you. I still say it sometimes, but I try my hardest to get out of more vocabulary because it's like, it's for what? What do I need it for?
It's really better to just like give off positive vibes. Not to sound so hippy dippy, but like
hippy dippy. All right.
Hippy dippy. But like, just say nice things to people. And it sounds so like basic white bitch of me to say, here I am saying bitch, but it's like super basic to be like, just be kind. But like, be kind, but don't be basic about it. Be genuine.
I get that.
My whole thing is like, just be aware. Be aware of your surroundings. Some people are like, oh, I don't see color. You do. And that's okay.
Yes.
That is a problematic phrase. I don't see color.
I'm gonna
so
go back
you're
to
just
the office.
Invalidating.
Stay in the office.
You're invalidating someone's lived experiences.
Right. It's like, okay, I just don't get it. I don't go around like, I have friends, y'all, and in general, I have friends that like, I'm around y'all don't be like, oh, it's a black guy. No. For fucking what? What is what do you get? Okay, my skin is darker than yours.
The reality is it's taught.
It is taught. Racism is taught.
I can look at you at 5 years old and think nothing different.
Right.
And then my mom can go, well, that's a black guy. Mm. And now I see things differently.
Right.
It has to be taught. You're just a person until you're taught differently.
Exactly. And it's just sad. Why would you want to teach your kids that? But like I said before,
but you also
it's both sides.
I think you're also trying, like, from another perspective, you're teaching kids about color not in a discriminatory way. There is a history in BIPOC colored people, like black, indigenous, Indian, brown, whatever. Like, there's a history there that people need to be taught.
I mean,
I think
with
that's
that
what
lesson comes prejudice.
Mm-hmm. And the sad part is like,
and that's how you move forward, though. You accept that happened, and you want to learn from it, and you grow from it. As a white person, you can specifically grow from it.
And that's the problem. A lot of people don't want to accept it. It's like, no, this shit happened.
But it depends on who teaches it. You can have one person tell you the same story as this person, but this person's racist and this person's not, and you get an entirely different vibe, and you take something different away from it.
My whole thing is this. It's like, if you don't understand and you want to learn, I'm glad to teach you. But if you just want to argue with me, I'm not talking to you because you don't want to learn. You want to be right.
Yes.
Like, and that's what gets me. It's like, you don't know everything, and that is okay. Maybe you were taught a certain way, and I'm like, yo, nah, that's not how it's supposed to be. And if you literally be like, oh, man, I didn't think about it like that. You're right. Okay, cool. Then I did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
But if you're like, no, my way is right, you're white, you're black, I don't understand. It's like, you don't want to be right. You ignorant as fuck, and that's how you want to be. I don't need to be around you. But I just feel like it's bad when we single out people for the whole culture.
Oh, sure.
In both aspects. And some people are not going to agree with me, but it's facts. It's facts.
I think it's important to remember to call in people rather than call out. This is something, like, if you don't know what I mean, calling in, like, so if there's someone who, like, might not understand, like, what you're trying to teach them or what you're trying to explain to them, rather than calling them out and being like, oh my God, you're so wrong and you're so stupid and ignorant, blah, 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 calling them in and saying, like, okay, like, that's how you've learned it. This is how, like, this is my experience, how whatever your experience is. So calling them into learning rather than calling them out, because that's how people are going to, like, move forward.
It's the concept of walking across the street. You gotta live both ways. Some people don't. Some people are like, oh, there's cars blowing up and all this shit's happening on this side of the road. I live over here. It don't matter to me. No, it happens in your environment. You're not a part of it, but acknowledge it. And that's just the shit. It's like, just acknowledge it. Accept the history. Learn the actual history, because the shit they teach you in school, it's not facts. They don't teach you real history in school. It's not until you get to college where you're like, when you actually get to college
and in
think
college,
for yourself,
you're choosing the class, because some people can choose to not even learn that history, and others will choose to learn that history.
I literally saw an episode today on Facebook. I stumbled across it. It was Steve Wilco, and it was talking about this girl. She just didn't like black people.
Steve Wilkos, get off my stage.
Yeah, it was random as fuck. But she didn't like black people, and they asked her why, and she was like, "That's what I was taught."
Yeah.
So he was just like, okay, I get inside your talk, but you're 15, 16, you can start thinking for yourself. And she's like, well, I don't like black people. She wanted to join the KKK and all this other shit. And he was just like, why? Well, that's how I was taught. So did you ever talk to somebody who was black? And the fucked up part is her nieces and nephews are half black and half white. So he was just like, it doesn't make any sense. You can't look at somebody. He said, do you love them? She was like, yeah, I love my niece and nephew. Same shit. So love everybody else. Don't look at somebody for their color of the skin, judge them for who they are, for the color of the skin, judge them for their actions.
Just to play devil's advocate, if your parents, your family, whoever tell you over and over and over again, you're worthless, you're no good, you'll never amount to anything. It's almost impossible to break that.
You're a part of it's like, I always say, like, either you're a product of your environment regardless.
Sure.
Either you're a product and you learn from what you learn, or you're a product and you get out of that environment and decide to change your mindset.
But at 20, 25, 30 years old, maybe you're able to break that.
Right.
I feel like at 15 or 16, with your parents constantly reaffirming these things, saying this is the right way, I feel like at that age,
but
it's got
that's
so
why
I
education is so important.
Sure.
But not even just that. In this situation with this girl,
education.
her parents weren't teaching her that. It was her boyfriend.
Oh.
The fucked up part is this motherfucking name was Patrick. I was pissed. I was like, come on. But nah, he was just like, and he's so fucking stupid. The kid was so dumb. He came on stage. He was like, I don't think I'm racist. It's just that if you look at the news, black people are doing most of the crimes. I'm like, that's not fact.
Fake
look
news.
At the fucking look at the numbers in the country. They're like, oh, there's a lot more black people than. Look at the numbers in the fucking country. Everybody's doing crimes. You can't look at one specific race and be like, oh, they're black, that's what they're doing. I'm like, no, that's not how that works. It's just like, yo, so you're telling me your thought process is based off of a 30-minute newscast? You didn't look into that deeper?
Ignorance.
Exactly.
What's in a name, Patrick?
What? My name is Nobleman. But we're taking a break. We'll be back.
Take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll plug ourselves and
So
let's do it.
Right. Welcome back to episode 4 of Cinema Ave. I just want to say I know that we have a lot that we talked about, and it was all over the place, but it was needed. We needed to talk about it. So who plugging who? Who's plugging first?
Plugging each other.
Plugging each other.
One at a time.
Oh, you're new here. We plug.
Yes, they're new to the whole guest thing, but
we don't like it.
Yeah, but I'm gonna plug myself in
Plug it.
a little bit.
I thought that's what Dave was for.
Go!
Anywho, so first off, for those that watch on YouTube, my t-shirt says Speak Your Truth. That's a podcast that I will be starting eventually. My Instagram is traveling.teacher.tales. So that's my Instagram that you can go follow. And that's it.
Which tales?
Tales, T-A-L-E-S, tales like you're telling tales.
So. I thought it was DuckTales.
Traveling.teacher.tales.
I thought it was DuckTales.
DuckTales. T-A-L-E-S.
That's definitely going to help me later when I edit. I appreciate you. You better get type this is like,
We'll talk.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Hopefully Pat talks a little bit less.
And that's me.
Else, but.
That's you. All right, as you guys know, my Instagram is Nobleman, NoblemenStudios. And then you have Facebook, which is Patrick Newell. And then you have my TikTok, Pat on Duck Cam. That's DA, that's Duh Cam. And I don't tweet. I don't Twitter, or whatever. So that's why we let him go last, because he got like 8,000 Jones that he want to talk about.
Got a little bit of everything. So you can find me on Instagram at Bane's Film Reviews. You can find me on Facebook at Kyle Bane. It's not like Bane the villain. Bain.
I was born in the dark. Sorry.
I am bald like Bane.
True that.
TikTok, Bane's Film Reviews. Twitter, Bane's Film Review. Just one review, because TikTok is a pain in the butt. And they don't let you have enough characters for multiple reviews. And then my personal page, Bane's Film Reviews, where you can check out all my reviews. There's like 900 of them on there. Check them out. And then also, we're fancy. We have our own TikTok, Cinema Av 1. That's Cinema Av and the number 1. Check us out. There's not a lot of videos, but we're going to make some more. And if you have questions, concerns, you want to complain about us, you want to tell us never to bring Nicole back, that's okay. Email us at cinemaav1@gmail.com.
Or if you really like Nicole,
say bring her back. Hashtag
you
bring her
can do
back.
that too.
We can start a hashtag. Say hashtag bring her back.
If this person
Hashtag
cuts me off
Nicole
again,
for life.
Or that works. You know.
she might not make it out of here if she cuts me off one more time.
She got one more chance.
Right on my notepad. But yeah, check us out. Send us some mean tweets. Tell us what you want us to talk about. If you want to be a guest on our show, let us know. We'll bring you in. We don't care.
Or hashtag Nicole for life.
Now, if you want to reach out to Carter, I think his Instagram is like, what is it, like?
At Carter, please laugh right now.
Sexy-
Yo,
sexy
matter of fact,
man.
real shit. If y'all put that in our comments, Carter, please laugh. Maybe we'll get to happen.
Hashtag Carter, please laugh.
Let's start
Hashtag
it.
Carter, please laugh.
Let's start it. Put it on the TikTok. Put it on the Instagram. On the Facebook. Please, let's start that out.
It's an important
I'm
note.
trying to help you. I'm trying to make it real big.
Carter, please laugh. Right now, he's keeping it together. Very kudos to you, sir. I like your gumption, kid. Chuckle.
So tonight we talked about race.
Race,
We talked about gender.
gender.
We talked about inappropriate words.
Yep.
Talked a lot about mental health, a little bit about movies, and a lot about everything in between.
And hashtag Carter, please laugh.
We did tell you this is going to be a very deep and different conversation. I'm sorry we didn't talk about movies that much, but that's the next episode. So thank you for watching, and we love you guys.
Check us out.
Peace.
Peace.